The rise of Xpeng Motors as one of the major electric vehicle manufacturers has been fascinating. Xpeng Motors has gone from practically nothing to a company worth over $35 billion. Yet, there are some concerns with Xpeng Motors, including lawsuits with Tesla and Apple, and even Elon Musk publicly stating that Xpeng Motors has been stealing from Tesla. In this video, I'm going to go over Tesla's accusations against Xpeng and evaluate whether or not these accusations may be correct. Welcome to Kaz Academy. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content like this, and let's get right into it. Back in 2014, Xpeng was founded on the roots of being the next Tesla. Henry Xia, one of the co-founders, was working in the research and development department for the Guangzhou Automobile Group when he saw that Tesla opened up their patents to all automakers. Henry saw this opening as an opportunity to start an EV startup. With the help of a few other automotive engineers and tech engineers, he started Xpeng Motors or Xpeng Motors. After 3 years, in 2017, Xpeng launched their first vehicle named the Xpeng. The vehicle raised many eyes from people who thought the vehicle was similar to Tesla's vehicles. For the battery architecture, many claims that Xpeng copied Tesla's battery module design. Xpeng used the same exact 18650 battery cell format with one change. Instead of Panasonic cells, Xpeng used Samsung's lithium-ion cells. Despite the architecture, Xpeng's car wasn't very great. The vehicle would only allow for a 186-mile driving range, and that was according to Xpeng himself. This is Tesla's interior, which is a 17-inch touchscreen display in the middle and an instrument cluster in front of the steering wheel. Now, take a look at Xpeng's interior. This interior has the same minimalistic design, 17-inch touchscreen, and a suspiciously similar instrument cluster. The instrument cluster especially looks very similar to Tesla's. Xpeng has the same user interface all over the instrument cluster, from the car design to the metrics on the right of the cluster. Although Xpeng's vehicle did look similar to Tesla's, the automaker gained lots of attention from investors. In the summer of 2017, Xpeng raised $320 million from Asia's technology giants including Alibaba, Foxconn, and IDG Capital. 1 year later, in 2018, the vice chairman of Alibaba and owner of the Brooklyn Nets, Joseph Tsai, joined the corporate board. 2 more funding rounds were then successfully executed, and after all the funding rounds, Xpeng had $2.7 billion. By September of 2018, Xpeng got a self-driving permit from the California DMV, which confirmed that Xpeng was truly in the race for autonomous driving. 3 months later from that, Xpeng released its first vehicle, the Xpeng G3 SUV, which had an NEDC driving range of just 221 miles and an extremely low 0 to 60 of 8.2 seconds. This vehicle was a major disappointment to investors. Keep in mind that the NEDC driving range, or the New European Driving Cycle Range, overestimates the driving range of vehicles in comparison to the EPA estimate that is used in the United States. To top it off, Xpeng's autonomous driving software caught the eye of Tesla's executives, who later found out that Xpeng may have stolen Tesla's code. Typically, when it comes to self-driving, companies use LiDAR, or light detection and ranging. The only major company at the time that was not using LiDAR was Tesla. Xpeng, which was not using LiDAR, caught the attention of Tesla's team. In order to not use LiDAR, a company would have to have a ridiculous amount of data in order to solve all of the rare scenarios, like even a donkey walking onto the road. Xpeng had none of that data, but was still able to release a self-driving vehicle. What Tesla later found out was that Xpeng likely stole Tesla's autopilot source code. Tesla's autopilot team is known for being extremely small. This is done not only to save money on research and development, but also to keep Tesla's autopilot code from the hands of other automakers. In 2018, a man by the name of Guangji Cao was one of the 40 people with access to Tesla's autopilot source code. Throughout 2018, Cao began uploading complete copies of Tesla's autopilot source code into his work computer, which was connected to his iCloud. Tesla states that over 300,000 files were downloaded to his work computer during this time. At the end of 2018, Cao disconnected his personal iCloud account from his work computer and deleted 120,000 files off of his work computer. On January 3, 2019, Cao repeatedly logged into Tesla secure networks in order to clear his browsing history. That same day, on January 3rd, Guangji Cao abruptly announced that he was quitting his job to join Xpeng Motors. After joining Xpeng, Cao recruited another Tesla autopilot employee to join Xpeng. In April of 2019, Tesla filed a lawsuit against Xpeng Motors claiming that Cao stole Tesla's autopilot source code. The lawsuit detailed the accusations against Cao and resulted in him admitting that he did indeed download Tesla's autopilot code to his personal iCloud. While Cao did the download, he didn't admit to giving Tesla's autopilot code to Xpeng and stated that he deleted the autopilot code from his personal cloud already. We don't know whether Cao actually gave the code to Xpeng, but the evidence looks convincing. We'll go more into that soon after discussing how even more evidence surfaced. Over the past decade, Apple has been pouring millions if not billions of dollars into a self-driving project named Project Titan. The project is kept secretive, and because of that, nobody knows how close Apple is to full self-driving. One Apple employee attempted to leak trade secrets about Apple's secret autonomous driving project. However, this employee was caught by the FBI and charged by federal prosecutors. The company that this employee was trying to leak those secrets to was Xpeng Motors, and was happening at the same time Cao was downloading Tesla's autopilot source code. The case of Apple's engineer and Cao stealing self-driving code may seem loosely related at first, but Tesla has found ties between the two cases. In April of 2020, Tesla's new filings in its lawsuit against Xpeng Motors revealed more details about their case against Xpeng. Tesla claims that the ex-Apple engineer and Cao were both being recruited by the same person at Xpeng, whose goal was to obtain trade secrets. Tesla stated that the greater the similarity between the two cases, the less likely that those similarities can be dismissed as mere coincidences, and the more likely that they are the result of planning and coordination. Additionally, Tesla found a text conversation between Cao and Cao's friend talking about Apple's engineer being arrested. Cao's friend stated that Xpeng and the engineer must have agreed on the price before to get the documents. On the other hand, Cao stated that he is glad that the engineer did not go to Xpeng yet. In April, Tesla tried to get Xpeng to release its autonomous driving source code, but not surprisingly, those demands were not met. On the other hand, new evidence is pointing to the alleged claim that Xpeng has been stealing from Tesla. On November 20th, 2020, Xpeng Motors announced that starting in 2021, their self-driving vehicles will have LiDAR, or light detection and ranging technology. This hinted at the accusation that Xpeng could no longer get their hands on Tesla's new and improved autopilot source code and had to make a sudden shift to LiDAR. This news caught the eyes of Elon Musk, who stated on Twitter, "They have an old version of our software and don't have our NN inference computer." One Twitter user replied to Elon's tweet by asking, "Are you saying that they actually have a copy of your old source? Not cool." Elon responded by saying, "Yeah, they stole Apple's code too." When Xpeng came out and said that Tesla was making false accusations based on Chinese stereotypes, Elon stated, "To be clear, this was just an Xpeng problem. Other companies in China have not done this." Now, while these alleged claims do exist, we do have to question whether the accusations are true. The fact that Xpeng was founded on the roots of using Tesla's open sources does raise some question marks. Additionally, in May of 2020, Xpeng even copied Tesla's website, as the company had a very similar design to Tesla's website. If Xpeng's values lie in copying others, then it's not too much of a stretch to say that Xpeng attempted to steal from Tesla and Apple. Now, that's not to say that Xpeng doesn't have enticing vehicles. The Xpeng P7, which uses the same CATL batteries as the Chinese Model 3, actually does have impressive specs. Tesla supports the advent of clean energy and electric vehicles, but if Xpeng is stealing, then that would be crossing the line. Personally, I do have some doubts about Xpeng given the evidence, but at the end of the day, these are accusations, not facts. Let me know whether you think Xpeng Motors has been stealing from Tesla. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.